did you call each other? That's so freaky that you all wore that. That's so weird. It's very exciting that Justin is here, and this is our second show. Yesterday was our first show. We had Jennifer Aniston and Macy Gray on our first show. This is not... This is not work. This is, it's like a party. It's like, you know, and it was a good party because Macy just left. She couldn't get her out of here. She was scraping around for the dip, and but it was a huge party because everybody showed up, which is very important. You know, it's very sad when you throw a party and you're hoping people show up, but you know, it's sad when it's just you and the clown, and the clown starts hitting on you. That's embarrassing. That's when you know you're wearing too much makeup, if a clown hits on you. But parties are fun. They're fun to go to more than anything because it's not as risky. There's no risk involved. When you throw a party, you know, you can't leave your own party if it's not going well. I mean, you can, you know, be sure and lock up. Hey, the clown. But thank goodness everybody did show up. And you know, you put work into something, and if they don't show up, because you know you make it right, you're sitting around and you light the candles and you put on the right music and you rake the rug and everything, and then such an old reference. But then and when you're trying to make it just right. And then you say, you know, you're expecting people to show up. Nobody shows up on time, you know. And then the ice sculpture is melting and the cheese is sweating. You know, when people say to me that the party starts at 8, I'm there. I'm always early or on time. I sit out in my car until it's 8 o'clock, and then I'm ringing the doorbell. I know it sounds sad, but I am. I'm always on time. And then you get punished for being punctual. They make you help with, you know, setting up because you're the only one there with the host, and you're sitting there putting chips out and stuffing the olives and carving the toothpicks and shucking the oysters and going to get the host new pantyhose, whatever it is that they're asking you to do. But the good thing about getting there early is you get a good spot in the kitchen, which is where everybody hangs out all the time. I don't know why we bother to decorate any other area of the house because everyone just stays in the kitchen the entire time. I've actually tried to move my refrigerator and stove into the living room, thinking people would go. But I don't understand why you'd go to a party and just stand in one place the entire time. For instance, I'm not going to stand here. I'm going to bring the party over there. Scotty, help me bring the party that way.
All right, here we go.
Now, do you like parties?
I love parties. I DJ a lot of parties.
Yeah, you gotta like, and you play the Justin Timberlake at a lot of the parties?
I play the Timberlake, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Lot of requests. Lot of requests.
That's what they want when you're at the party and you're doing that.
Exactly.
Which is,
what is that?
I believe I'm petting a dog. I don't know what I'm doing right there.
Okay.
What is that? That's the scratching thing, right?
Yeah, it's like DJ scratching.
Can you do it?
I could do a little bit of it, I think. Let's see. Let's see. Little Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little,
I don't actually like that. I don't.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
I hate that when I'm at a club and I'm dancing and then they get all fancy, then you have to pretend like you meant to make that move. You know.
I'll make a mental note.
Yeah, don't do it.
Okay.
All right. So as I said yesterday, we're going to slowly meet everybody on the staff because it is a family and you're going to hopefully see us every day. And so I want you met Spencer, the cue card guy, yesterday, who I don't know how still has a job. And then, so one of our writers, this is Karen Anderson over here. I want you to meet Karen. You look very nice. You got all gussied up for the show today.
Well, I combed my hair, yes.
Yeah, well, I've never seen it combed. It's nice. And Karen, did you watch the show yesterday?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah. No. Yeah, of course I did.
Well, I didn't. It's hard for me to watch myself.
You didn't watch it?
No, I don't like to watch it.
It was great.
Well, that's what I hear. That's good. But I don't like to. Now, will you watch it tomorrow knowing that you're on? Can you watch yourself?
Can I watch Of course I can. Believe me, once you see yourself giving birth on a video to your son, you will watch anything. It's all flattering after that, so. They know.
Well, Thank you for that image. You probably wonder why do we have writers, and I have a writer because somebody's got to write the thank you notes to the guests. And so you're writing a thank you note to Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yes.
Right. How's that going?
You say Jennifer? What do you say?
You can say Jennifer. I think we should write it to Jennifer.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I have that. Okay, Jennifer.
Right. What have you written?
Well,
Nothing. You've written nothing.
No, I couldn't.
What were you thinking of writing?
You know, thanks for coming to our show yesterday, or that day, and it was really, 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 it was really great of you to do that. You know, a nice note.
All right. That's why we have more than one writer, and because we have other writers that'll help punch that up.
Yes, of course.
Let's try to use other words rather than the same word over and over again to get the point across. That was a lot of reallys. Good. Because I think that's another thing. We talked about yesterday that I'm going to try to bring glamour back to daytime television. And also etiquette. I think that we've lost our manners. No one says thank you enough. No one sends cards enough. And I think when someone does something, we should send a card, not those email things. We should actually take the time. It's amazing. There are cards for all occasions. I had no idea. Have you been to a card shop lately? This morning on my way in, and I saw, well, first of all, I got a card. I guess everyone has a new talk show. I got congratulations on your new talk show, which is great that there's now cards for that. But they're cards for
I gave you that.
I'm sorry?
I gave you that.
You gave me that?
Yeah.
I hadn't opened it. That's great. But the amount of, I can't believe there's a business for all these. But then here's, glad to hear your sloth is feeling better. Had no idea they were so popular. This is a really nice one. This is sorry to hear about the loss of your hair. Look at that. This I picked up. This was the last one. Had been completely sold out. This is sorry to hear that producer you slept with couldn't really do anything for your career. Was the last one, and this I got. I picked up. I don't know. This is congratulations on getting Justin Timberlake on your second show.